Hey Scorpio, I'm here with your weekly reading for April 29th through May 6th. Not quite into May yet. I guess I'm trying to rush it along, but here's the cards I was drawn to for your general oracle. As always, this is for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. You might want to check out your other signs and see what's happening with those to get a bigger picture, because this is general, so not everything in here is going to resonate with every Scorpio. So take what works and what you feel like is for you, and then leave the rest because that's for someone else. All right, so let's get on with it. We got the Shadowscapes Tarot, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Ant Spirit, time to collaborate for your Nature's Oracle. For your Animal Spirit. Moonology has a new start is coming, a new moon. The Oracle of the Faery, Dragon's Pet, communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions, and guardianship. So this is also, since there is actually a new moon coming during this week, I believe it's the 2nd, I was pulling Law of Attraction and Finance, but I'll get to that in a minute. That's just something extra I'm doing for this week. All right, so the Eight of Pentacles reversed. You're either choosing not to work on something, or you're kind of taking a break from it. I have the Ant Spirit here, time to collaborate. So really, I am hearing for some of you that it's like you're not working on something by yourself anymore. You're going to be possibly looking outside of yourself to collaborate with someone. So this could be work related, or I kind of feel it is work related, but it could be, just a relationship. You're kind of seeking someone out. You're taking a break from working, or working on something yourself. You might be playing a little bit and kind of wanting to go out and see people, but with the Ant and the Pentacles, it feels a lot like work, but it might not be. Just take it how it resonates. The new start is coming. You have the new moon, which there is a new moon coming the 2nd. So something new is coming in. If you are wanting to attract something or bring something new in, the new moon is a great phase to work with. So there's lots of YouTube videos if you want to kind of learn more about that. But working with the moon cycles is very helpful when trying to manifest something. And then with the Dragon's Pet, communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions, and guardianship, I'm really just kind of feeling that communication is going to be big for you through this time. You also, for some of you, might find yourself wanting to get a new pet or something, is really what I'm hearing. Maybe a new pet as a companion type of thing. But I'm kind of getting two things from that. I'm not necessarily communicating with, animals and stuff like that as much, but I am getting strong communication. So communication might be key, and especially if you're collaborating with someone. And I feel like for some of you, you may be getting a pet or thinking about getting a pet. All right, so let's go on to this Law of Attraction card. Oh, and something I did want to show you before I forgot. So you have the new moon here, okay? You have the Ant Spirit, which is a 1. You have my life story and the Law of Attraction, but it's the first card. So I really am feeling here that something new is coming in, okay? Whether it be a new job, new mindset, new communication, something new is coming in. You have been working on bringing something new in, and I feel like it is coming in. Could be around the new moon, which would be, I believe, May 2nd. I'm in Georgia, so southern U.S., so I think it's May 2nd for me. So when, I believe y'all pulled this card for, because you are trying to manifest something, you are trying to bring something in, and it's very important. My life story and the law of attraction. I'm not really going to read the card because it's easier to summarize. But basically, be very, very careful of the story you are telling about your life, because that's what you're going to be attracting. So start changing your story. If there's things you don't like about your life, start changing the story. Start small if you need to. Maybe you don't like your hair or something like that. Something simple, you know, or you wish your hair was something better. Well, just start telling yourself, you know, every day, I love my hair. I love my hair, even if it's a bad hair day. Eventually, you know, the more you start believing it, you're actually going to start liking your hair, because something's going to happen to change the way your hair looks. Either you go get a new haircut, or you change the color, or you do something, or you find a new shampoo that is like the best thing in the world. And I'm going with a small thing like that, just so you can start giving yourself practice. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I have this red light that I always get red when I'm taking my daughter to school. It just irritates me, because it's the morning anyways. I'm not a morning person. And so I was like, I'm not going to get this light red anymore. It's going to be green for me. And then I was done with it. And I haven't got it red since. So it was just kind of it was like after that, you know, one day I was just like, I'm not getting this light red anymore. And it's worked out for me. Granted, there might be a lot of traffic, but by the time I get to the light, it's green, but the traffic might not be moving yet. But technically, I get it green. And I say thanks for it every time I go under it. So small, but just start with the small things, the things that don't really matter, or you're not super emotionally connected to, and then you can start changing bigger things in your life. Start changing the story. Like I said, if you don't like something about your life, change the story, because the story you're telling, whether you realize it or not, in your head, that's the story you've told yourself. So change the story. All right, I feel like I've really started rambling, so let's get into your general reading. I'll try not to ramble. I was super rambling in Tauruses too, so it might be going the weekend without doing any readings. I feel like talking. All right, Scorpio, April 29th through May 6th. What is Scorpio's focus, obstacle, advice, and potential outcome? Please and thank you. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Okay, we got Four of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Moon, the Knight of Wands, and then we have the Page of Swords. So, I feel like you're dealing with bigger things, okay? Kind of like this is like a piece in the puzzle, or a part in the puzzle, not just a piece. It's bigger than a piece, you know. But it's something that you've been working on. You have the Knight or the Page of Swords. But I feel like you're feeling very determined about moving forward. Okay, you're not going to be swayed off of the direction you're headed, the goal you're moving towards. You're not going to be swayed. You're not going to be moved. You're very determined. Your focus though is the Four of Pentacles. So you may be focused on money. Okay, and if it's not money, you know, kind of keeping it close. Not necessarily being greedy, but saving, you know, you're not letting go of your money easily. You know, you're really kind of weighing whether you want to actually spend the money on that, if it's really worth it. You could also be kind of being greedy with your time, and because that's important to you too. But you're also kind of, you know, you're just kind of keeping things to yourself, keeping things close right now. Your obstacle is the Emperor, and I know he's in the upright, but I see him as your obstacle. So you may be trying to overplan something. You may be, what I'm really feeling here is like you're kind of borderline being, you know, over, you know, controlling and, you know, kind of getting on the bad side when the Emperor's there. So keep planning, okay? Just don't over plan. And then there is such a thing as over planning but never taking any action. So that could be an obstacle. If you haven't really planned anything, you need to, okay? Because I'm reading that a few different ways. We are going to clarify. Your advice is the Moon. Trust your intuition. Let your intuition guide you through this, okay? Stop planning it, over planning it so much, and just, you know, kind of let go a little bit and let your intuition guide you. Also, when you really try to control everything, it's really hard to manifest things, because when you have no control over how the universe brings what you want to you. So if you're trying to control things, you're going to miss what the universe is trying to bring it to you because you didn't plan for it to come in that way. So just there's a balance between planning and your intuition, so you need to use it. Your outcome is the Knight of Wands. So I just see you moving forward, charging ahead, feeling very creative, feeling very passionate about something, just having a lot of energy and motivation towards what you're working towards. So let's clarify these real quick. Let's clarify these for you. Okay. Scorpio. April 29th through May 6th. Scorpio. Why is the Four of Pentacles here? The Hierophant. Yeah, you're just kind of keeping things close right now and really just trying to... You're kind of going back to basics is really what I'm hearing. With your money is kind of what I'm feeling. Okay, I do feel like this is kind of about money. So you're kind of going back to basics. Maybe you feel like you've been spending too much, or maybe you want to save for something. So you're kind of like going back to the traditional way of doing stuff. For some of you, I felt like you're kind of trying to keep things close, to you at the moment, because for some of you, and I feel like this is a very, very small group of you, you're trying to learn more about a situation. Okay, I don't always read the Hierophant as that, but you're kind of keeping things guarded, keeping things close, because you are trying to gather more information, which I read it more that way in my Shadowscapes Tarot, the Hierophant, as trying to learn, but I'm getting like a learning feeling from these men down here. They're looking up at him, trying to learn from him, and I do feel you are trying to learn either from someone outside of you, something bigger than you, or you might be trying to learn more about just kind of getting things in line and in an order of sorts. All right, so let's see why the Emperor is here as your obstacle. Why is the Emperor here as Scorpio's obstacle? Please and thank you. I feel like it's that one. The Sun reversed. You're doing an awful lot of planning. Okay? You're doing an awful lot of planning. Look at that. You have so many major arcanas here, Scorpio. This is definitely bigger than this week. So this is kind of big stuff you're dealing with. You're doing all this planning though, but you're planning for something that's not really going to make you happy. Okay, it's not going to be what you're wanting. In fact, I'm kind of feeling like you're being over controlling a little bit with yourself and being very hard on yourself and really sucking the joy out of your life. Okay, so I feel like this is self-inflicted. All right, this is you doing this to you. You're like buckling down on yourself. You're being over controlling about yourself. You're being hard on yourself. You're planning ahead for almost what you feel like others feel like you should be planning ahead for with this. And, you know, sure, you're going to get that, but you're not going to get happiness out of it. So take a look at what you're planning, Scorpio. See if it's really moving you in the direction of happiness, okay? And make sure it's your happiness and not someone else's. All right, why is the moon here? Why is the moon here for the advice? That was going to be too many. Why is the moon here as the advice for my Scorpios? Okay, there is something going on. There is some kind of sneakiness or something going on around you. Trust your intuition. Follow your intuition. There is something you don't know that is going on behind your back. Not necessarily always has to be sneaky. It could be someone's just real determined and really trying to plan, okay, to the point where it might be almost considered manipulate the situation. You don't need to manipulate the situation. That's another message. Some of you, you don't need to manipulate anything. You don't need to manipulate or control or, you know, any of this energy. You don't need to do that to get what you want. You just have to follow your intuition. But for some of you, there is something going on that you may have a gut feeling about, but it might blindside you because this might be going on in the background. Some shadiness, some sneakiness might be going on in the background. So just be careful. I feel like, Scorpio, if you kind of have a gut feeling or just like your spidey sense is going off about something that doesn't feel right, trust your intuition. All right. All right. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Knight of Wands here as the outcome. Why is the Knight of Wands here as the outcome? Someone also may be coming in for a short while, not a long while, but for a short while that might bring some fun and creativity and, you know, just kind of might give you a break from all of that. But I don't feel like it's going to be for the long term. It's going to be short. You know, they're going to come in fast, be here for a while. Almost like what I'm kind of feeling is like to kind of ease you up. If not, you're going to be kind of easing up on yourself. You're going to kind of get more creative about stuff, not be such a stickler about stuff. But going from this energy to this energy, either I feel like someone's coming in to kind of help you stop being so determined. But they won't be here for a long time. I just feel like they might just be here for, you know, a week or a month or something. I don't feel like it's a long-term thing that they're going to be here, but they're going to definitely help you loosen up. And like I said, if it's not somebody, it might be a situation, or it might be you just might kind of have a shift of your mindset from this determined to like, okay, I can still be determined and move forward and have all this motivation and energy, but I don't have to be so hard-headed about it. I can still be a little creative in how I go about things. All right, let's do your love. All right, Scorpio, love. What's happening for Scorpios for love? Scorpio, love, April 29th through May 6th. What's happening for my Scorpios? Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio and love. I like it's that one. Very soon. Okay. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay. I do feel like something's coming in for you soon. Keep hearing the new moon. If it's not like at the beginning of the new moon, it might be, you know, towards between the new moon phase and the full moon. But I do feel like you're going to be, something is coming in, okay? And it's coming in fast and it's coming in soon. That's why I was kind of seeing with the Knight of Wands that, you know, it could be someone and they're going to come. But I don't know. We'll get into the love reading, but clearly decide what you want. All right. Scorpio, love. April 29th through May. Wheel of Fortune. Look at that. Luck is on your side. Scorpio. Look, why are you being so hard-headed and determined? Like, everything's looking good. Ease up a little bit. Have some fun. All right. Ease up a little bit. Recent past. The unknown. I love when the unknown card comes up in the past. Might be that you just don't really know what happened, okay? Like, it's still not very clear to you what happened, what went wrong, maybe. With the moon being here, you still don't really know what happened. But you were working together with somebody. You have the Three of Pentacles here, so you were working for the long term with someone. See what's the current energy. Ooh, okay. However, could be that the fire just burned out. Could be some Knight of Wands came in, you know, a fire energy, or someone came in, maybe third party type of situation, and kind of messed things up. But really what I'm feeling here, maybe you just lost the passion the passion was gone, okay? And so while there's not really a breakup card here, I do feel like there was a breakup, because we go from, you know, working together to not really working together, okay? In fact, I don't feel like you were working on it together at all, and you released the burden. Someone released the burden, okay? You or them, they released the burden and kind of went off on your own way. And I don't see that either one of you is sitting around waiting for the situation. You're just not waiting on it anymore, and someone isn't. I kind of feel like it's you. They might not be waiting on it either. Yeah, we got the Chariot here, so you're moving on. High Priestess. Six of Wands. You still are not going to feel very victorious about it, though. You're not going to feel... You move forward. You have movement forward. You're in control of where you're headed. You know, your intuition is on point. You like got back... you know, you got back in the groove. You have faith again. You're, you know, you're renewed, but you still aren't going to feel very victorious about the situation. You're still not very happy about how this happened. Maybe you're still not very happy about what it is. You don't really understand what happened over here. All right, let's pull some advice cards. The good news is, though, you got someone new coming in and luck is on your side. So it doesn't really look like much of that past stuff matters. But we'll pull some advice. Advice for my Scorpios. Advice for my Scorpios. What advice do we have for my Scorpios in love for the next week? Please and thank you, Scorpio. Let's pull some advice cards. I feel like that's enough to start. All right, so we have the Fool in the reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so don't take any leaps of faith right now with the long term in mind, if that makes sense. Okay, just kind of live in the here and now. No, like, leaps of faith into the next person that comes around that it's going to be for the long term. Just kind of be, really what I'm hearing here is just kind of be for a while, okay? You don't have to take a leap of faith with anybody right now, especially not for the long haul, okay? And granted, this is just a week, so, you know, don't make any long-term decisions or beginnings or expect them to last. Anything new that comes in, don't expect it to last, okay? Don't put that pressure on it. I'm not saying it won't. I'm saying don't put that pressure on it, okay? So, Five of Cups. So, there's still feeling, you know, a little down about the past, okay? Still kind of looking back at the past, a little down about it, a little sad. Yeah. And I feel like the advice here is don't ignore those feelings. You need to process those, okay? Don't ignore them. Don't pretend like they're not there. Like, acknowledge them and deal with them so they don't sneak up on you later. Like, acknowledge them and, like, say goodbye to them is it's like, when I saw this card, I'm like, I'm really focused on the fish. And it's like, I feel like she's saying goodbye to it. So I feel like you need to take that time to say goodbye, okay? And then we have the Eight of Wands in the reverse. Eight of Wands in the reverse. So, I don't use these cards as much, so I have to really look at them and see if anything new pops out because they have so much going on in them. So, really what I'm feeling here is don't make any changes and don't move ahead with anything until you've dealt with this. I feel like this is the card that matters here. You have to say goodbye. You don't have to go say goodbye to whoever. You just have to deal with your feelings and say goodbye. You know, and I almost see, like, Make-A-Wish here, okay? I'm almost hearing, like, Make-A-Wish, too. Like, get lit, like those dandelions, you know, or whatever it is that are, like, weeds. And you blow them, and then they go all over the place. I forget what they're called. But I feel like if you see one, you should make a wish and blow it, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Page of Wands, though. So I do get that you need to deal with this, okay? You need to say goodbye. But so you like, by saying goodbye to these emotions and dealing with them, you know, and making a wish, you almost, because I'm almost seeing that like kissing it goodbye. So I really feel like there's something you need to kiss goodbye, okay? And I mean it in a good way, like a healthy way. Because you're going, by doing this, by releasing, there we go, that's the word, by releasing this, you you get this new motivation, and you get this new creativity. You get a fire again. You get your fire back again. But it's a new fire, okay? And I see it, you know, that's going to be when it's going to be time. That's when you're going to attract in that person that's coming. So it's a very, very important that you release any negativity here, and don't put any pressure on it. Don't put any long-term pressure in it. You know, don't take any leaps of faith on something new until you've dealt with this. I'm telling you, say goodbye to it, kiss it goodbye, and release it. All right, Scorpio, that's your reading, and I'll see you next Monday.